Hi everyone, my name is Alina Buria and I'm happy to see you on my channel. In today's video, we will be discussing the main astrological trends for January 2025. Finally, we're in the new year and hopefully you had a great time and you celebrated your new year, and right now you're ready to conquer and be active in order to realize all of the plans and ideas and intentions that you have scheduled for 2025, because the energy of the year, as we discussed before, is all about execution and action. In today's video, I want to talk about the main trends, planetary transits, and also give you a forecast for each zodiac sign. I know that this is the most favorite format for many of you, and I would like to use this as a guidance in order for you to synchronize with the planets, with the timing, and know what to where to put your attention into, right? What to plan, what is this timing all about? And of course, this is a general forecast, general horoscope for each and every one of you. The events that will be taking place will be very different because that all depends on your personal horoscope, right? And the planetary transits that are going on for you. But use this information sort of to synchronize and to see if you're it's sort of like a check with your intuition, okay? To see that, yes, I'm doing everything right, or this is why I had that idea, this is why I had that feeling, and maybe I need to put this on my list of things to do, all right, to execute in January. So let's get started. We will talk about the new moon. This month, it actually happened last year. New moon took place on December 30th, 31st, took place in Sagittarius, and the new moon happens every month. It sort of gives us an outlook of the main energies of the month. And this time, Sagittarius, it emphasizes themes of expansion, searching for meaning in life, and spiritual values and travel. Travel in this context is both external, like meaning going to places, and internal, meaning exploring spirituality and exploring your inner world. And this is the time when people may feel a strong pull toward growth, learning new things, and strengthening their faith or beliefs. Sagittarius is a sign of optimism, freedom, and striving toward ideals. And the key lessons of January for all of us will be around learning and wisdom. So the new moon in Sagittarius inspires us to explore new philosophy, learn more about religion, self-development, culture, those sort of things. Also seek the truth. This is a period for reflecting on whether our current goals align with our inner beliefs. Also, it's about expanding horizons. It's a great time to embark on journeys, both literally and metaphorically. Also, the power of faith, maintaining optimism and hope despite external circumstances. Recommendations for everyone. First, focus on learning. This is the perfect month to start studying something new or immerse yourself into topics that have long intrigued you. Gain inner confidence. Strive to follow your ideals without fearing change. Strengthen ties with your family and loved ones. This period will be fruitful for building emotional and spiritual connections. And avoid impulsiveness. Be mindful of your words and decisions. January 2025 is the month of opportunities, spiritual growth, and the planets teach us to unite our mind, heart, and soul into a single whole, so we can boldly move towards our goals. And next, we will move into the forecast and important information. Let's pause here. Is that I'm a Vedic astrologer, so we're using Jyotish system. You need to build your natal chart using this system. The Western astrology, sun sign, ascendant, that stuff will not work here. It will be inaccurate. I have prepared a free astro guide for you. You can download it via the link below and look for your ascendant, your rising sign, and your moon sign. Listen to the forecast for both of those signs and synthesize, so combine the predictions, combine the forecasts, because both of them will be true, but one of them will be playing out more accurately for you. Let's get started. For Aries, the new moon will be in their 9th house. This is the time for travel, learning, rethinking your worldview. Opportunities will be coming to expand horizons through new knowledge or journeys. For Taurus, it's the 8th house, transformation and working through inner fears. Financial issues, inheritance, and loans may come to the forefront. For Gemini, it's the 7th house. Relationships will be a key theme this month. Also, possible beginnings of new partnerships, both personal and professional. For Cancers, it's their 6th house. Focus on health, work, and responsibilities. A great time for new routines and self-care. For Leo, it's your 5th house. Time for creativity, romance, and joy. Opportunities for new projects or relationships. For Virgos, it's your 4th house. Themes of home, family, and emotional security. A good period for addressing family matters. For Libra, it's your 3rd house. Enhanced communication, travel, and learning. Also, be mindful of your words. For Scorpios, it's your 2nd house. Financial matters take center stage, a chance to redefine your values. For Sagittarius, it's your 1st house. A reset of energy and the start of personal initiatives, opportunities to showcase leadership qualities. For Capricorn, it's your 12th house, a time for solitude and spiritual work, focus on restoration and inner balance. For Aquarius, it's your 11th house, emphasis on friendships, social connections, and dreams, opportunities for collaborative work. And for Pisces, it's your 10th house, focus on career, reputation, and professional development, opportunities for growth in your work. Next on is the transit of Sun. So the Sun changes signs every month, right? And until January 14th, the first half of January, the Sun will be in the sign of Sagittarius. And after January 14th, it will transit into the sign of Capricorn, which will cause some certain shifts, okay? Very different energies. So let's talk in detail. The theme of the first half of the month is all about transformation, structuring goals, and personal growth. January brings two key events. Until January 14th, when the Sun is in Sagittarius, it is inspiring us to dream big and to expand our horizons. After, it will move into Capricorn, where we'll conjunct Pluto, and this conjunction symbolizes powerful changes and requires maturity, decisiveness, and adaptability to new conditions. This is all Capricorn's energy. The ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. And also, the Sun will get aspects from Mars and Jupiter. This will add energy and growth opportunities, but will also demand a mindful approach to conflicts and impulses. The Sun in Sagittarius is the friendly sign of Jupiter, enhances themes of philosophy, seeking truth, spiritual growth, and broadening horizons. This is the time to focus on big ideas, goals, and inspiration. The energy of this transit gives people confidence in their beliefs, optimism, and the drive to move forward. Key influences of this period: increased desire for knowledge, travel, finding meaning in life, energy for growth and optimism, support for new beginnings. It's important to show generosity and avoid dogmatism or excessive control over others' beliefs. When the Sun will move into Capricorn from January 14th, the focus shifts to discipline, career, responsibility, and long-term goals. This is the time to structure your plans and to concentrate on the practical implementation of ideas. The conjunction of the Sun with Pluto and Capricorn brings intense transformational energy, and the aspects from Mars and Jupiter amplify this dynamic. The conjunction of Sun and Pluto means transformation of power, changes in all structures, deep self-work. Also, tension may arise, but there is a strong opportunities for growth. So in January, we may be seeing some changes on the political and economic areas of different countries on the global arena. And as we know, there will be inauguration of the American president happening literally along the January 14th. I believe it's January 13th. So this is an interesting coincidence, so-called. And also in our own lives on sort of the micro level, we may see transformation of power. So for some of us, it may mean that we get into the position of power. For others, it's the changing of dynamics with, for example, our boss, our manager, right, our co-workers, with our authority or the authority figures above us. The aspects of Mars, they increase conflict potential, possible aggression, impulsive actions, and it give you a desire to actively defend your goals. Aspect of Jupiter is saving us because it eases the tension and also provides support in career matters and expands the influence, right? So it can bring actual beneficial changes. So this is the time to the second half of January. This is the time to restructure your career plans, your priorities, goals. Also, work on your leadership qualities, enhance them, strive for control, for power. And in case if you will be facing some critical or crisis situations, try to use more flexibility and willpower. Next on is the forecast for each zodiac sign. For Aries, focus of the month will be on travel, career, and leadership qualities. Until January 14th, you will feel an incredible pull towards new knowledge, experiences, and your ideas could lead to real changes. So don't be afraid to dream big. And after January 14th, the focus will shift to career and professional achievements. Advice: this is your time to showcase leadership qualities, take responsibility, build a long-term plans, and you may encounter unexpected career opportunities, so the key is to act confidently and with a clear plan. For Taurus, the focus of the month is on transformation, self-belief, and financial matters. By mid-January, you will feel the need to reassess your internal beliefs. You may need to let go of something old to make room for new. After January 14th, a period of expanded opportunities begins, including travel and learning. The advice for you is to trust the process of change, work on your fears, especially in the financial sphere. And this month will teach you to face your transformations boldly. They will lead you to powerful personal growth. For Gemini, the focus of the month is on relationships, partnerships, and deep connections. At the beginning of the month, the sun's energy in your relationship sector will bring opportunities for new acquaintances and strengthening existing bonds. After January 14th, deep transformations related to shared finances or emotional attachments are possible. Advice for you: don't be afraid to open up to others, but maintain balance in relationships. The second half of the month may bring unexpected changes to partnerships, so trust the process. For Cancer, your focus of the month is on health, work, and partnerships. Until mid-January, focus on daily responsibilities and health. This is the perfect time to bring order into your life. After January 14th, attention will shift to relationships, both personal and professional. Advice for you is to invest energy into self-development and work to lay a solid foundation for future success. Also, harmony in relationships will become a key factor in your success at the end of the month. For Leo, your focus of the month is on creativity, health, and self-expression. At the beginning of the month, you will feel inspired by ideas and new projects. This is the time for self-expression, hobbies, or romantic relationships. After January 14th, it is important to focus on health, discipline, and daily routine. Advice for you: turn your ideas into real projects, but don't forget to take care of yourself. Your energy and charisma in January will open up new opportunities. Make the most of them. For Virgo, focus of the month is on home, family, and creativity. Until mid-January, the energy of the new moon in Sagittarius will bring a need to strengthen family ties and create comfort at home. After January 14th, a time of creativity, romance, and joy will begin. Advice for you: work on harmony in family life and find time to rest. The second half of the month will offer opportunities for inspiration, whether in creative or romantic relationships. For Libras, focus of the month is on communication, family, and self-development. At the beginning of the month, you will focus on new acquaintances, short trips, and learning. After January 14th, the focus will shift to home and family, and you may feel the urge to create emotional stability to make changes to your surroundings. Advice for you: listen to your heart. It will guide you to inner balance. Family support or work on your inner world will bring you joy. For Scorpio, focus of the month is on finances, communication, and self-esteem. Until mid-January, the Sun in Sagittarius will help you to better understand your values and work on your financial stability. After January 14th, a period of intensive communication, learning, and short trips will begin. Advice for you: use your energy to work on self-esteem and financial projects. You will discover new ways to earn money if you pay attention to opportunities. For Sagittarius, focus of the month is on personal development, finances, and confidence. The Sun in your sign until January 14th gives you an incredible boost of energy. You feel inspired and ready for new achievements. After January 14th, the focus will shift to finances and working with your values. Advice for you: boldly take on new projects. Don't forget to plan. This month will bring opportunities to strengthen your position and realize your ideas. Capricorn, the focus of the month is on solitude, personal transformation, and leadership. Until mid-January, use the energy for reflection and self-growth. After January 14th, your time to shine begins. You will feel stronger and more confident. The Sun's conjunction with Pluto will provide a powerful charge for transformation. Advice for you: use the second half of the month for active efforts, especially in your career. Your determination this month will be the key to success. Next on is Aquarius. Your focus of the month is on social connections and spiritual work. At the beginning of the month, devote attention to friends and group projects. After January 14th, a period will begin where you will need more time for solitude and recovery. Advice for you: balance social activity with time for yourself. And January will help you to better understand your spiritual goals. And we're finishing up with Pisces. The focus of the month is on career, dreams, and friends. Until mid-January, focus on career tasks and goals. After January 14th, you will feel support from friends and begin to see how teamwork helps realize your dreams. Advice for you: don't be afraid to delegate and seek help in professional sphere. You will be surprised how the support of others can accelerate your growth. Next on, we move to the transits of Mercury. In January, it will switch signs on January 24th from Sagittarius to Capricorn. So Mercury is moving through Sagittarius for most of January, and it is awakening curiosity, desire for knowledge, and broadening our perspectives. This period is ideal for learning, philosophical reflections, inspiring conversations, and future planning. However, Mercury in Sagittarius tends to make hasty conclusions and overly optimistic judgments, so it's very important to verify facts. After January 24th, Mercury is entering Capricorn, where it will conjunct with the Sun and Pluto. We discussed them earlier, and this brings deep awareness, transformation of thought, and serious discussions. Aspects from Mars and Jupiter add intensity to this, so they both offer productive breakthroughs and tense situations. And the main influence of Mercury's transit, when it will be moving in Sagittarius until January 24th, it will be enhancing interest in global topics, travel, and philosophy. Also will be promoting optimism, but will require caution in words and promises. After January 24th, it will move into Capricorn. This transit helps to focus on details, analysis, and a serious approach on communication. The conjunction with Pluto supports uncovering secrets, deep analytical work, and solving complex tasks. Aspects from Mars and Jupiter enhance the energy of speech, but may also provoke conflicts and disputes. How to harmonize Mercury's transit in Capricorn? 3 advices. First is to control your words. Mercury under Mars aspect may make your speech sharp, so practice diplomacy, embrace transformation. The conjunction with Pluto requires working through inner fears and old beliefs. Plan and analyze. This is the time to focus on practical tasks and long-term goals. Moving on, we will discuss the transit of Venus for January 2025. Most of the month until January 28th, Venus will be in Aquarius. This is where it's in conjunction with Saturn. This period emphasizes themes of freedom in relationships, friendships, and awareness of one's values and boundaries. Venus in Aquarius seeks a balance between independence and attachment. The conjunction with Saturn makes this transit pretty serious, prompting us to rethink our relationships, approach to finances, and personal desires. After January 28th, Venus will enter Pisces. This is the sign of its exaltation, where it has the strongest power, its strongest position. And this is the period of dreaming, romanticism, and deep empathy. But it's important to note that Venus will be in conjunction with Rahu and Neptune. So this will be adding illusions and temptations, making us see what we desire instead of reality. So be careful with that. This is the transit that will bring inspiration and magnetism, but it's very important to remain attentive to avoid deception and self-deception. Okay, Rahu's main energy is all about illusions and deceptiveness. Neptune has very similar energy. Venus is all about getting pleasure, and Pisces is also about illusions and deceptions. This is a very strong mix. The best way to use this energy is to direct it towards spirituality and towards art, towards creativity. It can be for some writing, for others painting, making music, making movies, anything that you feel the inspiration for during this period. Of course, it includes love, but we have to be careful here. First of all, we need to look at the real person, the way he or she is, okay, not our illusions about him or her. And also, it can mean relationships or partnerships only if right now there is a planetary transit in your chart and your annual horoscope is also indicating relationships, right? In that case, of course, most likely it will play out in this area of your life. Let's sum up. So the general influence of the Venus transit: Venus in Aquarius until January 28th, freedom and love, reevaluating values, serious approach to relationships. It actually also has to do with creativity. It will give us enhanced creativity thinking. That's the power of Aquarius. And it also can help us to search for original solutions in finances and style. Also, it's important during this transit to build honest and warm connections and avoid excessive coldness. Okay, that's the Saturn's influence. When Venus will move into Pisces from January 28th, this is the time for romantic inspiration, strong intuition, heightened creative potential. This will also, for some of you, mean that you will have an opportunity to meet a spiritual partner or immerse yourself in dreams. When we say spiritual partner is not so much a karmic partner, that means going through some hardships in relationships, but this is more about connecting on a very deep soul level, or finding a person who is also on a spiritual journey, and you can sort of connect in order to continue moving along this path together. The conjunction with Rahu and Neptune will require attention in finances and relationships, because not everything is as it seems. And how to use this transit to your advantage? First, Venus and Saturn, their conjunction. Rethink your relationships. Consider what makes them mature and stable. Second, approach financial decisions practically and strategically. Second point is about conjunction of Venus, Rahu, and Neptune. Use your creativity and intuition. They will be on their peak, so use them in your projects. Second, be cautious of illusions, especially in your relationships or in terms of major expenses, okay, in terms of money. Moving on, let's talk about Mars transit. So in January, Mars continues its retrograde motion, okay? It's still prompting us to reevaluate our actions, motivation, and strategies for achieving goals. Throughout the month, its energy will be more introspective and directed towards internal transformation. That's the way that retrograde planets act. This period requires patience, thoughtfulness, and avoiding impulsive decisions. Until January 21st, Mars is in Cancer, where it's considered in its debilitation, weakest position, okay? And this may intensify our emotional tension, outbursts, conflicts, especially in family matters or situations related to security. Aspects from Rahu and the Sun intensify the struggles, heightening internal battles. After January 21st, Mars transitions into Gemini. For some of us, it's thank God, it will be easier, but not for long, because Mars will go back to Cancer in a little while. We're going to talk about that again soon. And Mars in Gemini will shift the focus from emotions to communication, interaction, and mental activity. This is the time to reassess ideas and approaches to communication. However, Mars is still continuing to be retrograde and still requires caution in words and conflicts. How to navigate this transit positively? Until January 21st, when Mars is in Cancer, use this period to process emotions and find a balance between family and career. Here you can try journaling, you can try breathing exercises, meditation, walking, sports, going into therapy, working with psychologists, anything that will help you to control, regulate your emotions, and also express anger constructively. When Mars will move into Gemini from January 21st, focus on analyzing your ideas and plans without rushing into new ventures, and avoid impulsive words and conflicts, because retrograde Mars can amplify misunderstandings. Also, general recommendations for both transits: practice physical activities to release tension, the best remedy ever, okay? It can be weights, tennis, swimming, yoga, meditation, anything. And work on communication. Be kind, calm, and open to dialogue. And here is the forecast for all of the zodiac signs for Mars transit. For Aries, until January 21st, emotional tension is in your family life, and this is the time to address domestic issues, but try to avoid conflicts. After January 21st, Mars activates communication, learning, and short trips in your third house. However, retrograde motion requires caution in speech. Advice for you: learn to control your emotions and express your thoughts diplomatically. And your calmness will become the key to resolving complex situations. Next on is Taurus. Mars is in the third house, activates interactions with siblings, neighbors, also short trips and short-term projects. Try to avoid arguments, okay? Mars can cause it in the third house. After January 21st, Mars in your second house will require reassessing finances and family values. Advice for you: avoid rushing into important decisions at the beginning of the month. Later, focus on your budgeting. Also, awareness and communication will strengthen connections with loved ones. Gemini, until January 21st, Mars is in your second house, draws attention to finances, self esteem, and family matters. Control spending and avoid arguments. After January 21st, Mars in your first house will enhance your activity, but retrograde motion will require mindfulness in actions. Advice for you: pay attention to your resources early in the month and focus on personal growth after the 21st. You can achieve more if you learn to channel your energy positively. Next on is Cancer. Until January 21st, Mars in your first house intensifies emotionality and impulsiveness. This is a time to work on your inner world. After January 21st, Mars in your 12th house initiates a period of solitude and analysis of past actions. Advice for you: be patient with yourself and others and avoid impulsive decisions. Also, deep self-reflection will pave the way to inner peace. Next on is Leo. Until January 21st, Mars in your 12th house emphasizes subconscious fears and the need for solitude. This is a time for rest and spiritual work. After January 21st, Mars is in 11th house, activates friendships, social projects, and teamwork. Advice for you: don't rush to conclusions, give yourself time to recover. Your ideas can gain support if you're ready to share them with others. Next on is Virgo. Until January 21st, Mars is in the 11th house, emphasizes attention on friendships and collective projects. However, try to avoid tense disputes. After January 21st, Mars in your 10th house will require a reassessment of career strategies and approaches to work. Advice for you: work on strengthening connections with friends and colleagues. Your efforts in your career will begin to bear fruit if you show patience. Next on is Libra. Until January 21st, Mars in your 10th house activates career ambitions, but retrograde motion demands caution. Avoid rushing into major decisions. After January 21st, Mars in the 9th house shifts focus to learning, travel, and spiritual growth. Advice for you: set long-term goals and resist impulses. Reevaluating your goals will help you to discover new horizons. Scorpio. Until January 21st, Mars in your 9th house intensifies the thirst for knowledge, but retrograde motion may hinder studies or travel. After January 21st, Mars in the 8th house begins a period of transformation and financial reassessment. Advice for you: work on internal stability and flexibility. You can find hidden resources and use them for growth. Sagittarius. Until January 21st, Mars in the 8th house triggers transformative processes related to finances and emotions. After January 21st, Mars in the 7th house activates themes of relationships, but retrograde motion demands diplomacy. Advice for you: avoid extremes, seek balance in relationships and affairs. Your efforts and partnerships will strengthen important connections. Capricorn. Until January 21st, Mars in the 7th house brings tension in relationships. Be attentive to your partner and avoid conflict. After January 21st, Mars in the 6th house begins a time to focus on health and responsibilities. Advice: learn constructive interactions with those around you. Harmony in relationships will strengthen your inner stability. Aquarius. Until January 21st, Mars in the 6th house activates work, health, and daily responsibilities. However, retrograde motion requires a gentle approach to yourself. After January 21st, Mars in the 5th house will bring opportunities for creativity and romantic experiences. Advice for you: work on your schedule to free up time for joy later. Your creative ideas may bring unexpected success. Pisces. Until January 21st, Mars in your 5th house intensifies emotions related to creativity and relationships. Avoid dramatization. After January 21st, Mars in the fourth house shifts focus to family, home, and inner balance. Advice for you: work on emotional resilience and creating comfort at home. Your calmness will help foster harmony around you. I hope this forecast for January of 2025 was helpful for you. Please don't forget to give a like to this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave the comment under the video. Share your insights or share your plans for January. And my battery just died on the light, so this is literally the sign that we're about to end the video. Please leave a comment. I would love to read your reviews and share how exactly you're seeing these transits affecting your life, what events are happening, what ideas, plans you have for this month, and any questions that you have about this horoscope, about this forecast. Let me know. Thank you again for your time, and I will see you soon. All the best.